What's going on, everyone? I'm the OPJellicent, and we're back here on Pokemon Showdown today. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building an OU team around Staraptor, then hopping on the ladder, testing the team out, making any changes to it that we feel are necessary, and the final product will be down below in the description for you guys to try out. Now, before we hop right into the team building process, if you guys are new, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss out on any competitive Pokemon content. And be sure to leave a like if you enjoy. But let's go ahead and talk about Staraptor right here before we just start adding Pokemon. So, pretty standard moveset right here, Brave Bird, Double Edge, U-Turn, Final Gambit on a Choice Scarf set. What I really like about it is it pretty much has the potential to do whatever you want. You can use it as a nice mid-game range killer with like Brave Bird, Double Edge, and U-Turn on stuff like Ash Greninja, but you can also try to catch something. Say you have another Pokemon that you really want to try to use to win the match, but there's a specific Pokemon that's stopping that, you can just Final Gambit, catch that thing, and then just win the match with that other Pokemon. So that's definitely a really nice option too. And it can also just be a really nice late game cleaner with Scarf of Brave Bird or Double Edge. If your opponent puts themselves into that position, say they get their Zapdos or Steel type weakened, that definitely has a ton of potential right here. Pretty standard EV spread right here with max attack, max speed, Jolly. You definitely want to go with Jolly. I nearly put Adamant on here, but I really want to outspeed stuff like Timid Lele, which is also Choice Scarf a lot, and also Jolly Scarf Landers T. So all things to consider right there, but let's go ahead and hop right into the actual process of team building right now. So I was looking at Pokemon that I really wanted to try out, and obviously Staraptor is very weak to Steel-type Pokemon, but I figured before we go ahead and solve that issue, I kind of wanted to solve the Hazards issue, and while this Pokemon doesn't completely solve it, it kind of adds a ton of wall-breaking potential, and I definitely plan on adding a Volt Turn Core to support it later. So we're going to go with Mega Diancie, which is not a Pokemon that I really use a lot. I'm pretty sure I've only used it once when I showcased it in the Mega Diancie live, but I really actually like this Pokemon. And we're going to go right here with the pretty standard EV spread. Obviously it does have that Magic Bounce ability. I actually believe we're going to put Power Gem on here, so we can go minus attack since we are foregoing Diamond Storm. But I'm actually really excited to try this thing out after such a long time. And this can definitely bounce back any sort of hazard lead that the opponent might want to put up, just because Staraptor doesn't appreciate that. And we also do have an even HP, odd HP stat on here, just to make sure that we can switch into hazards as many times as possible. So Moonblast, Power Gem, Earth Power, and we actually don't need to run Protect because of the new mechanics for Mega Evolution, where you get your speed, so we can actually run Hidden Power Fire on here to catch stuff like Ferrothorn, which Iron Buds plus Rocky Helmet Ferrothorn is not really something Staraptor appreciates at all as well, so that's definitely a very nice option, and these two can definitely form a really potent offensive core. Now, one thing that both of these struggle with is bulky steel types. Mega Scizor kind of deals with Staraptor, and obviously can bullet punch my Diancie right out of there. And they both also kind of struggle against Skarmory. I guess a Diancie can break through Fizz-Def Skarmory, but I definitely want to deal with steel types. An offensive fire type would be great. Tran would be cool. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to go with Scarf Magnezone, and that forms a really nice Volt Turn Core with my Staraptor, as I said, and it pretty much completes that thought right away, so that's actually really cool. And we're going to go right here with max attack, max special attack, and max speed. I always forget how high this thing's special attack is. That's kind of crazy. Literally every time I build with Magnezone, I keep on thinking it has like base of 110 or something, but we're going to go right here with Choice Scarf. And obviously we're going to go with the Volt Switch, and this can help trap the Celesteela, Skarmories, all that stuff that Staraptor does not really appreciate, which is definitely very nice. Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Fire, and Flash Cannon, obviously. It can also help catch Defensive Landers T, which is another big Staraptor switch-in, if you do predict it and go for Flash Cannon, so that's definitely very nice. And Hidden Power, Fire right here. So Volt Turn Core is looking pretty good. We have some form of hazard control. Obviously, I would love to add a Defogger later, but we can worry about all that after. Now, one problem with Scarf Magnezone is it doesn't really outspeed a ton of the faster threats, such as Ash Greninja, Mega Alakazam, all of that, so I would love either like a faster check, because obviously Staraptor can check that stuff, but you're going to be taking priority damage from Shuriken, so don't really want to do that. Plus, I'm pretty sure if they hit enough times to just knock you out after rocks, so we definitely need a good Ash Greninja counter. Now, I would go AV Magearna, but pairing with double steels is kind of not a great plan. Yeah, double steel types doesn't really look good. I mean, we're not going AV Magnezone, and they kind of fulfill different roles. Magnezone is more of a Scarf pivot. AV Magearna can be more of like a switch-it. So it's definitely an option. Fortunately, we already have our Mega on here, but I wouldn't go Mega Scizor plus Magnezone anyway. You know what, as odd as it is, I think we're going to go with Magearna, and I put an Assault Vest on it just because the two main threats that I just talked about, which were Mega Alakazam and the Ash Greninja, kind of are walled by Assault Vest and Magearna. So if I do see the problem with dual steals, we can change that mid-live, but we're going to go with this right now, and I believe the standard is just Iron Head to counter opposing Magearna. Then Flare Cannon. I always forget how to spell Fleur, and then Hidden Power Fire and Volt Twitch, so that's definitely looking very good. We're just going to go with the pretty standard spread right here of this. I believe we've always put the 4 into special attack, so that's definitely very nice. And actually, I just realized that helps our Volt Turn core even more now. I would definitely have another really good wall breaker alongside Mega Diancie, and we still do need Hazard Control and Stealth Rocks. That's definitely something that I need to add on here. Jirachi would be cool, but we're not doing triple steals, no way. I would love another wall breaker, preferably like a decently fast one too. Alright, what do we have trouble breaking through right now? We have Staraptor for Tangrowth, but other than that, we kind of struggle against Tangrowth, not gonna lie. Banded Victini would be a cool option, but I don't want to add to my Stealth Rock's weakness even more. Specs Blacephalon, same thing. This is a really hard choice. Hoop Unbound would be cool, but it's kind of slow. It's actually pretty slow. It's outsped by a ton of stuff that this team kind of struggles with so far, such as Landorus T. Even Jolly Hoop Unbound won't outspeed offensive Landorus T or Timid, depending on whether we're going physical or special. So I'm not going to go Hoop Unbound this time. Maybe we can focus on the hazard control and hazards first. I mean, Defog Lando is a pretty easy option. Honestly, I think that might be what we have to do right here. Just because we kind of struggle against something like Scarf Cortana too. Cortana outspeeds the Scarfer that I have. I mean, obviously we can pivot into it with Scarf Magnezone, but at +1 Leaf Blade, we're not even doing that much. I mean, we're obviously going to be taking a lot, so I really think defensive Lando with Defog is really just the thing that we have to do right here. So we're going to go with Rocky Helmet. And then just a Defog, Earthquake, U-Turn, and Stealth Rock right now. And I believe the standard is max HP. I'll double check the spread after, but I believe it's 220? 216, I think. And then it's 24 and 16 in speed. But I'm actually going to go with the 20-20 split. Actually, no, we're going to go with the 12 and 28 because I want slow U-turns, not fast ones on opposing Lando, since it doesn't really matter whether I outspeed because we're not packing Hidden Power Ice, so that's really nothing to consider right there. And more Volt Turn support, so I definitely want another wall breaker now, and I think our bulk with defensive Lando plus Magearna is looking good now. And I'm really liking the look of what we have, so final mon definitely just going to be a really strong wall breaking mon. Specs Keldeo would be a cool option. I would love some speed though. Specs Ashgran would be pretty easy, but I use that a lot, so let's not do that. I mean, I use Lando a lot too, but Lando was just so perfect right here. Kyurem adds to the Rock's weakness. I really like the Keldeo. It's either Keldeo or Ashgran. I need an offensive water type. Is there any other options that we could do? Tailglow Manaphy would be cool, but nobody uses that unless you're on Aurora Veil. What do I want to do right here? Because we have the Volt Turn support, all I need to do is support it with some really strong wall breaking potential. And we have Mega Diancie, which has an insane special attack stat right here. And honestly, Staraptor's kind of a wall breaker too, like with the Reckless Brave Birds. I think we're going to go with Ashgran. Yeah, we're just going to do the Specs Ashgran right here. And we're going to run Surf because I don't use Hydro Pump, that move misses. And Water Shuriken, Dark Pulse, and we can Spike Stack against Lando, with Lando right here. I mean, Ice Beam would be cool to catch something like AV Tangrowth. We kind of struggle against Tangrowth now that I look at it. Do I want to go Ice Beam? That's where Specs Keldeo would be cool. I'm going to go with Spikes because we can pressure it with Hazards too, so we're going to go with this right here and just go with Max Speed and Max Special Attack. Put that 4, and let me just make sure that I have 4 moves and everything, correct abilities, all EVs. Team looks good to me, so this is what we're going to go ahead and roll with right now. Obviously, if I do see any flaws in the team, we can change it as we are battling, but yeah, we're going to go ahead and use this for now, and I'll be right back with our first game. Alright, we got a game right here, up against some pretty standard Coco Medi Volt Turn right here. This actually looks like a team that I would have used, to be honest. With the Lando, Magearna, Gren, I kind of have the same core going on right here. Scarf Cortana is definitely a threat. We can trap it with our Magnezone though. I'm going to lead Staraptor and just U-turn out. He's going to lead off with his Greninja. I think this is clearly Battle Bond. I can just U-turn out. I think he'll go Lando and it'll probably be a Rocky Helmet right here. And that's fine. He's actually going to stand and give me the damage. I'll take that. And I'll go right here into my Magearna right now. On the Hydro Pump. So very interesting decision by him right there. And I'll Flare Cannon because, yeah, I don't want him going Landorus on a Volt Switch. But unfortunately we miss our Flare Cannon. I would have loved that damage right there for my Staraptor. That actually kind of sucks, but I'll go here into my Lando, which is totally fine. He's going to go for U-turn, so we get a bit of damage off anyway. But this thing would be at like 20% right now if it wasn't for that. Do I need my Magearna for anything else? I need Lando healthy for Cortana, so definitely got to keep that into consideration. I'm Volt switching this time because he's going to go Magearna, yeah. And I can go ahead and bring out whatever I want early. I can't go Diancie. I'll go Magnezone right here. Well, you see that he's Assault Fast Mag. And I'll just start throwing off Flash Cannons, I think. Weaken that guy a little bit. He's going to Volt out, probably back to Lando if I had to imagine. Goes Medicham, actually. Do I need this Mon in particular? It doesn't outspeed Gran after it gets its Battle Bond. It's just Scarf Cortana fodder. Honestly, I'm going to stay in, because if he's going to give me damage on this, I'll take it. Yeah, there we go. And he tries to predict me, yeah. This guy's trying to play super offensively, and I'm not going to let it happen. Especially since Gran is in range of Flash Cannon now. You're going to have to go back to Magearna right here if he wants a solid switch in. Or he has to stand, because unless it's... I'm pretty sure Coco outspeeds us naturally. It reaches 394. Our speed is 360 when we are max speed timid, so... He really tried to catch my Lando right there. I wasn't letting that happen when I had... I can go Lando now, but because I don't want this thing being Scarf Cortana and Sacred Swording me. Yeah. He'll take Helmet. And this thing is still healthy, so I'll just U-turn out right here. He's going to go back. He's going to go into the Lando right here. I have no idea what this is. I'm pretty sure it's not Scarf. Did we see an item when it came out the first time? Opposing Lander is hurt by Rocky Helmet. I have no idea. It could just be... I'm going to Shuriken right here, because I don't know. He's going to switch out to AV Magearna, makes sense. Unfortunately, we only get 2. I don't want to lose to his Magearna, his Gran. That's the only thing that I'm kind of worried about right now. So I have to keep this healthy, and I think I'm going to keep Magearna around now. So I'm going to pivot out into my Magnezone right here. As he's going to go for Flare Cannon, yeah. And what I can do here is just go right here for Scarf Flash Cannon, weaken that even more. And he's getting into the position where Magearna is also a big threat to him, so... Actually, I'm pretty sure the moment Magearna comes out, it just does work, so... Back to Lando right here. Lando's not really useful against anything else. He goes for knockoff this time, and he crits me, unfortunately, so... That might mean we're in range of the next one. No, we're not. Okay, good. And what I can do here is just go to... Staraptor looks fine. I don't think it's Scarf Coco. It could be Scarf Coco, but I'll just sack off Lando in that case if he brings that out. He goes to his Lando right here. I could easily just pick up the kill against this in final Gambit, but Scarf Staraptor is actually a really big threat against him, so I'll U-turn out right here. And just go out into my own Lando. He is Rocky Helmet, okay. I should have known that based on the damage, but it's fine. As he's going to go ahead and throw up rocks. Hopefully we... I don't think we'll outspeed, but we actually live that, so we're gonna get up rocks too, which is good. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and make a change right now and change this Landorus to the actual faster spread, just because I feel like faster rocks is better than slow U-turns. He's gonna go ahead and go out here into his Tapu Koko and knock me out with U-turn, so he's gonna let that... No, he knocked off my helmet earlier, so fine trade in my opinion. He has to go out into, I think, like Gran right here. But Gran can't switch into rocks much, so Magearna is gonna come out. I have options right here. I can just go Magnezone, I think, but Scarf Magnezone kind of wins after... Well, he has Shuriken on that. He has Fake Out Pressure. I'll go Magnezone, just because it's under terrain, so it's fine. And I'll Flash Cannon in case he wants to go Lando. He doesn't. Knocks me out. Is that Surf range? Because if it is, then I'm just going to go out into my Gran now and just get it started. That's Ash Gran. Let me just give it 103 special attack instead of changing that. And then against Magearna. 28 to 33 on Hydro. How much is Surf doing? 22 to 26. 23. That's not a very good roll. Alright, we'll go Diancie. And Earth Power should be able to pick this off right here. Yep, and that's going to help out my Gran a lot, that thing being gone. He has to go Tapu Koko right here every time. I mean, he could go Gran too. But Gran has one more switch in after this, so it's definitely not going to be enough. And I will get my Battle Bond eventually. So actually, I think I'm going to try to get it against this. So I think I sack off Magearna right here and not Diancie. He could be Bullet Punch on the Medicham. That's the scary thing. Goes right for Hydro Pump. I'll just give him the Battle Bond. I don't mind. because now I go out into this and get my Battle Bond. And actually, I'm clicking Shuriken right here. I'm not going to let him get unnecessary damage off on me. He's going to pivot to Koko, which we get a ton of hits. Why would you switch out the Mon that does to Rocks when you're holding Hazard Control is going to die to this too? That's actually kind of smart, but I don't think it makes a difference. Like, Medicham took a hit earlier, so you just lose to Shuriken, I think. Yeah, that's not going to work. Got our Battle Bond, and that will be the game right now. He's going to go ahead and forfeit. So, yeah, after we weakened the Magearna right there, that guy played his match very weirdly. Very offensive match right there. But after we weakened Magearna, we pretty much just went in with the Grand, which is very nice. I'll drop a GG in case he's still around, and I'll be right back with another game. So this matchup right here is really interesting, because he's super weak to some of my threats, but I'm very weak to Koko under Psychic Terrain. Lucha under Psychic Terrain from the Tapu Lele. But if I can get rid of Skarmory, trap it with my Magnezone, Staraptor can just click moves. So it's, I think, going to be a race to who gets in the better position first. So I'm going to try to lead with Magnezone right here, as he's going to lead with Tapu Lele. And I'm going to go right here for the Flash Cannon. Hope he doesn't expect me to be locked in. But the thing is, if he goes Skarmory right here, I'm going to click Flash Cannon anyway. If he goes hard Skarmory, it'll be kind of annoying because I could have gotten rid of that right there. He's going to go Hoopa though. This should take quite a bit. Takes a bit, but because of Hoopa's monstrous stat, it's going to live that attack. I guess I can go Lando right here. Lando doesn't do anything. And I can try to U-turn out on the incoming Skarmory and then trap it with Magnezone. That's definitely looking like a good scenario. Goes right for knockoff. That's fine. And like I said, I get a free U-turn right here. And I think he's going to go Skarmory. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. We get in Magnezone and we get rid of this thing super early. And it could be sturdy for sure, but we're going to get rid of this man right now, and Staraptor is going to have a ton of fun against this guy now. So he goes down to sturdy, he's going to get up rocks. Kind of annoying, I guess, but we can defog with our Lando later. And actually, Psychic Terrain's not going to be up after this, so he can't go hard Hawlucha. And the good thing is, I don't think anything on my team lets Hawlucha set up a Swords Dance, which is definitely good, but he can definitely weaken all my Pokemon into range. He goes Medicham right here. I'll actually just go Lando and get helmet damage off, I think. Because at this point, Scarf Staraptor is just going to win. Why does he have regular Zam plus this? Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stay in right here. Get a ton of T-Bolt damage off. Maybe he'll overpredict like the other guy. Why is everybody Ice Punching? I'm not going Lando and letting that get weakened. And now I just get to click T-Bolt again. Because the thought process right here was, even if he went out into the... Even if he knocked me out, I go Scarf Staraptor, click Brave Bird. He would have had to sack him on, then go Tapu Lele, get up Terrain, and then he would have had to go Hawlucha. And he still can't set up a Swords Dance, which means my Magearna lives the hit and knocks that out. So I know that was kind of like quite a few turns ahead right there, but that's kind of how I was envisioning it. And the thing is, if he just overpredicted an Ice Punch, there was no way I was letting that happen anyway. And now he has to choose a Mon to sack unless it's Scarf Lele. He's going to go Zam. I'm pretty sure we outspeed. It could be 372. I'll T-Bolt. If he's max speed, then he will outspeed me, but he's running Focus Blast, which is a move I never run because of what exactly happened right there. But the point is, Scarf Staraptor was going to win this game anyway. It's not won yet. I could still lose to Hawlucha. Go with Tapu Lele. I just stay in and spam T-Bolt because I can't let him set up with Hawlucha. Goes right for Calm Mind. As long as he doesn't have a reliable recovery, it's not that big of a deal. Psychic, we actually live that. So, I see how this is going to play out. He's going to knock me out. I go Magearna. Knock out Hawlucha. I might risk a Flare Cannon miss, but I know Magearna takes a high jump kick naturally. He's going to go Hoopa, which Flash Cannon was base 80. This was base 90, so I'm pretty sure you can go down to this. He's Scarf Hoopa, okay. But now don't I go Staraptor and just win because the Terrain is gone? Yeah, we're going to give Staraptor these kills right now. Terrain is gone, so I'm just going to click Brave Bird, knock that out. And he loses to Staraptor now. Look, I guess it's Terrain Extender, but it still can't set up on me. And Brave Bird definitely knocks you out, especially because you got a Spit F boost right there. So as long as I don't miss my Flare Cannon right here, do I have any better option? No, I don't. Alright, Magearna, do not miss this, please. I got a Flare Cannon. He's going to try to bank off my miss. We did hit though, and knock that out, and that should be the game. Because first of all, he doesn't knock this out, and all I gotta do is put him in range. So he's gonna go ahead and disconnect. I'm assuming that means he's not coming back, but I definitely win this game right here, so we'll go ahead and end this match off, and I'll be right back with another one. Alright, we got another match right here. This guy's earning some nice Shuckle sticky webs. I gotta lead Diancie to prevent the webs or rocks from going up, so that's definitely the plan that I'm looking at, and Power Gem is super effective because of the bug typing. So he's gonna lead Gyarados, which leads me to believe he won't Mega Evolve right here, so I'm gonna Power Gem, expecting him to stay in regular form. This is a true 50-50, because if he's Mega Evolving, I Moonblast. If he's not, I Power Gem. And one of them is going to knock him out. What do I predict right here? I'm going to Power Gem. I really don't think you Mega. Yep, and we get it right and just knock that thing out. So, Gyarados is gone. That was definitely a very big threat. Glad we got that 50-50 correct, but either way, we weakened it. We could have chipped it down with the Rocky Helmet Lando, and we wouldn't have gotten swept by it. We still had our Scarfed Staraptor in the back, and that's definitely a very great turn one. And we still have our Magic Bounce Mon alive, so webs cannot go up right now. We live a hit from Scarf Blacephalon. We definitely live a Sucker Punch. He does go Blacephalon, which is interesting because unless there's Scarf HP Steel, yeah, we live that easily. And we're going to knock this thing out right here. Crit definitely did not matter. Let's see what he brings in next. I'm going to switch out if he brings out, like, Bisharp or Celesteela because I definitely don't want webs going up. So I'll just go Landor's T right here. This could be Autotomized Z move, though. I could just go Magnezone, too. Magnezone's no drawback, actually. Even if he clicks the Fire-type move right here trying to predict me, Magnezone has no drawback, because if he doubles out into Shuckle to try to get up hazards, I just Volt back to Diancie. He's going to go Hoopa, actually, which Lando does nothing with Celesteela around, so I'll just throw it out right here. He's going to go for Hyperspace Fury, which I can just U-turn out. I could also just get up Rocks. I'll get up Rocks, actually. He's going to go Shuckle, and now I just go ahead and U-turn out into Diancie. He can bounce back a Toxic or whatever he wants to do. So we can get in Diancie right here. I'm assuming he's going to try to get up a Webs. Infestation, okay, that's kind of annoying. Does he have Protect, though? Because Power Gem is going to hurt this. Very interesting team on my opponent's end right here. Imagined Reality. That is a... He's going to go Celesteela right here. As we can go ahead and 2-hit KO that. Wow, is he lefties? He's not lefties. Scarf Steela is not a set. Goes Bisharp. At this point, I'll just Moonblast to prevent him from Swords Dancing. He's going to Sucker Punch to knock me out. It doesn't really make a difference to me, because I just go Magnezone. Actually, I can go Gran right here, and just win by clicking Surf a few times. Because Shuckle's going to have its thing broken, it definitely dies. We live a Sucker Punch, and that should be the game. I mean, because we saw its Banded Hoopa when it did that damage. I guess it lives this, though, so I'll go ahead and sack Lando. Because I'm pretty sure, let's make sure that Hoopa actually lived this before we get too ahead of ourselves. So Hoopa, if it's just Choice Band, yeah, it easily lives that. Wow, this thing is very bulky. Yeah, we'll go Lando. He's going to double to Celesteela. But it's in range of Shuriken now, so even if it is Autotomize, it's not that big of a deal. So I'll U-turn out into Magnezone, which can definitely live a hit. He goes for Flamethrower. It's a good play, but it's not going to make a difference in the end, because I just T-Bolt right here and knock this thing out. I guess I should Flash Cannon, because I don't want... Well, I'm pretty sure Shuckle lives the hit no matter what, so I'll just Volt out right here. And I think bring in Staraptor, and you know what, we're going to go ahead and click that final Gambit right now. Yeah, he's going to go Shuckle. We're going to go ahead and final Gambit this, and then win with Scarf Magnezone plus Gran. Because I want to see Final Gambit. I forgot how it looked on Showdown. Ooh, that's cool. It just got super big. Alright. Actually, we have a ton of Intimidate pressure, so I'll just go Magnezone. He's going to go out into this. I'll Volt out right here. Even if he's sub-Hoopa, I'm not worried about it because we have Shuriken to hit multiple times. Weaken that guy. Go Lando right here. So he goes right for the Fire Punch. Now I just Earthquake, and he actually got the lower roll right there. It wouldn't have made a difference, and we were able to knock out the Hoopa right there. So glad Staraptor got to click Final Gambit, and we definitely played very well around those sticky webs trying to go up, led Diancie. We definitely made the correct plays to prevent those. But yeah, that's definitely a very nice match right there, and I'll be right back with another one. Alright, we got another game right here. This guy has Staraptor and, sorry, not Staraptor, Zapdos and Lando. And pretty much, I still want to keep my Staraptor around just because it's my best +1 Gyarados answer, so Diancie definitely has a good lead matchup. Could be Scarf Lando. I'm going to try to catch something with Lando right here, because I have a Gren and Lele switch in. The only problem is my Gren and Lele switch in are the exact same thing, Magearna. And if he uses one to weaken it, the other can definitely come through late game. So he catches me with a Gren lead right here. Do I want to go Magearna so early? I don't think I do. I'm going to pivot to Magnezone. He's going to U-turn out. I don't mind. I just didn't want Magearna getting weakened right there, because then I'm going to get swept by Scarf Tapu Lele. Because I do need Brave Bird pressure for the Gyarados, and that could definitely cost me my Staraptor at some point in the match too. Goes Zapdos right here, so this gives me a Volt Switch. Do I need Lando for anything? Lando doesn't do a ton. So we got a Volt Switch out of there. I can just go Diancie, but I'm actually going to go Lando expecting the discharge. Goes for Heat Wave, so I could have gone Diancie. Not too worried about it. I'm going to try to catch this guy with a Roost right here. He's just going to Heat Wave again. That's fine, okay. Now what I'll do is... I don't need this Mon, that's why I'm making these plays. Alright, I'll U-turn out this time. I guess I should have done it last time anyway, because even if you're roosted, I got stuff from my Diancie in, so that's definitely very good. So he's going to let me keep the Zapdos weakened, which is definitely an interesting option. And we just get this ginormous threat to him, and now that I look at the matchup. Because Ferrothorn is going to die to Hidden Power Fire, I'm pretty sure. And Gyarados is not Mega Evolved yet, so this is actually a ginormous threat to him. Unfortunate that I let my Lando take a ton of damage, but it really wasn't doing a ton. Alright, let's see how much this does. And based on that, we'll see if Hidden Power Fire is not knocking that out. No way, right? Ferrothorn, OU Hazard Setter against Diancie. That's regular Diancie. Oh yeah, no way. Okay, we'll pivot to Diancie into Lando right here. He's trying to figure out whether he wants to Leech Seed, get up hazards, what exactly he wants to do. He's going to double to Zapdos, which I guess makes sense. You know, I'm going to get up Rocks, and then I'm going to U-turn back to Diancie right here. I need to catch that Ferrothorn at some point. Alright, now I'll U-turn out. Because he's faster, he'll be forced to defog right here. I could have done it that turn, but I guess it doesn't make a difference, because if he chokes right here and does... Maybe he's not even defog, maybe he's just Roost 3 attacks, too. Which would actually be amazing, because, yeah, he's going to let me keep my Rocks up this time. And back to Diancie, and I do the exact same thing. I'm going to Power Gem, I'm not predicting Ferrothorn. Because if I hit on Power Fire and he defogs on me, or he gets a ton of damage off, or paralyzes me with Discharge, that would just be bad. And I have Magnezone to trap, so he's going to go back to Ferrothorn. Hidden Power Fire range? It should be Hidden Power Fire range. He would have to be really spit F, but we don't risk it. We're going to go Magnezone. He Leech Seed, so I could have stayed in. But at least we get rid of this Mon right here. He might have Protect, but either way, I get rid of this thing, and now Diancie is just going to go in with this guy. And AV Magearna is still at full health, which is very good. Gets up a Spike, not a big deal. I could have actually gone Diancie right there, and that would have been a power play, because I got up a Spike, and... Well, I would have bounced back his Spike, and I would have been able to knock him out with Hidden Power Fire the next turn anyway. So down goes that thing, and now he has no Power Gem switch-ins. And actually, since Zapdos is weakened now, he has no Brave Bird switch-ins either. He could go Zapdos right now and Roost if he wants, but... I think he'll go Gyarados and try to do something with that. I think I'm just gonna go Hard Staraptor. He's gonna go Zapdos, okay. Good play. I'm gonna go Hard Diancie. Because he's gonna defog everything away, but now he just loses another one to Power Gem. I could have stayed in and Hidden Power Fired right there and just gotten rid of him, but both of our Hazard Setters are gone. I guess he still has Lando, but Scarf Lando is kind of a threat. I still have my Staraptor around, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm assuming it's coming out right here, if it is Scarf. Because he already saw my Hidden Power. Well, at least he should expect me to be Hidden Power Fire, but maybe because I switched out against Ferrothorn, he thinks I'm HP Ice. So we got the 50-50 last time correct against Gyarados. That guy did not Mega Evolve. I think if he goes Gyarados right here, I'm going to make the same play. Because either way, I weaken it for Staraptor range, which is, I think, the more important thing. And Scarf Staraptor can just click Brave Bird through this guy's team now. So, depending on what he brings in right here, I'll make a play. If he goes Lando, which he's going to go Lando, I'll go ahead and just sack off my Magnezone. Goes right for a U-turn, and yeah, that's why I didn't want to go Staraptor right there, because while we wouldn't have been intimidated, we get in this position now where I can just click Flash Cannon whenever it comes out. If he goes Gyarados, I'm Volt Switching, I don't care about the potential of Lando coming back in. I'm assuming Scarf Staraptor can OHKO the Tapu Lele, right? With the Reckless Brave Bird? It should be able to. Choice Scarf, that's just standard Choice Scarf, yep, against Tapu Lele. This should drop. Fight Z, yeah, okay, good. Goes Gran. I guess he's really banking on being a fast Gran right here. Do I mind him getting Battle Bond? Definitely not, I don't think. I can go my own Gran. Yeah, I actually kind of do mind him getting Battle Bond, because that's a big threat. Sure, could definitely come through late game. Especially because I would have to use my Lele to switch in, Magearna to switch in, and that would make me super weak to Tapu Lele. So we're going to go ahead and do this play right now. And I'll go out into it and just click Dark Pulse, because I don't want him pivoting out into Gyarados. Which I doubt he would do, but in case he wants to choke and do that, that's definitely my better option. If he's Protean Gran, which I definitely don't see this being Protean Gran on this type of team, we would have to go and scout what move he's going for. He would probably have to go for Hidden Power Fire, or U-turn in that case. He's really thinking about this. Does he double? What's his plan right here? Because if he doubles to Scarf Lele, I'm forced out into either Magnezone or Magearna. Because I definitely keep Diancie. It pressures the Gyarados. Well, actually, Diancie doesn't do anything at this point. Except because after Gyarados Dragon Dances, it's not doing anything other. So it is Protean. But that did 0. Alright, I'm going to Dark Pulse right here because, yeah, he's going to do the Gyarados play, which I did not want him doing. And that'll do a ton. And actually, there's no way he Waterfalls. He's going to either Earthquake or Dragon Dance. I'm going to go hard Staraptor right here. Would that be a choking play, though? Because if I stay in a Drug Pulse and he Dragon Dances twice, I lose. So that's the play I'm going to do. Because I know we'll live a Waterfall anyway. It would suck to take all the recoil, but you got to do what you have to. Okay, come on, Dragon Dance. Don't Waterfall. Yes, okay, cool. And now we got a free Brave Bird off. I guess a Double Edge makes no difference. Is there a difference right here? 33%. I guess I'll just Brave Bird because it looks cooler. Get rid of that thing. He's forced to Scarf Lando right here, and probably click Stone Edge. And Magearna is still at full health, which means those other two are not going to be able to... What's this? I guess it's a Scarf Protean, yeah. Alright, he's going to U-turn back to Lando right here. Unless it is Scarf Tapu Lele and he wants to go out into that. I'm glad this is not like Ground Z. He's going to go Tapu Lele, which is an interesting option because I'm Scarf myself, and I can Flash Cannon right here every time. And I can still Shuriken Lando under terrain because it's Flank type, so it's not affected by terrain effects, so that's definitely a good option. So he's not even Scarf Tapu Lele, but he went out into it anyway. Dual Scarfers can really catch people off guard like that. Alright, back to Staraptor right here. And honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and U-turn, because if he goes Lando, I just get in... Actually, if he goes Lando, then what do I do in that case? Because I can go Greninja and just Shuriken. The problem is Psychic Terrain would still be up, so not really the good scenario right there. I think I'll just Brave Bird for damage. Yeah. Because at this point, I just go Diancie on Greninja. And if it's not Scarf Lando, then he definitely just loses. I think he loses no matter what, because Terrain's going to go down Sutoon. And yeah, soon too. Okay. And I can just Brave Bird through his team. So let's see what he opts to bring in right here. I really don't think he has a way out of the scenario he's put himself in. He's going to go Greninja and play off my choke, I guess. I think at this point I just go Magearna. Because Diancie's still good. But I'm pretty sure Magearna takes a hit from Lando, so I'm actually going to keep it at full health and go Diancie right here. He's going to Ice Beam, so that should 2-hit KO. Yeah, pretty easily. I'll just... I could just pivot to Magearna now, but I'll actually just go ahead and... Yeah, you know what, we'll pivot to Magearna now. It doesn't freeze me, which is one of the few ways that I could lose this right now. And honestly, I'll just Flare Cannon. Okay, so he's staying in. Unfortunately, we missed right there. I guess I'll just Iron Head now because he's clearly going for the freeze. And even if he freezes me, like, I still have Greninja in the back, and Greninja clicks Surf and gets a kill. Let's see what he does. Because this thing is clearly locked into Ice Beam. It's definitely a Scarf Grand, so he's not going to freeze me, which is good. So I'll Iron Head here. He does freeze me, but it's not that big of a deal, as I said, because Hidden Power Fire doesn't thaw you, right? Because as I was explaining, what I can do right here is just go right here for the Iron Head again. Actually, I guess I'll Flare Cannon. But Lando cannot win, and I'm pretty sure I just win with Shuriken at this point. So he's going to go Lando, which we broke through and crit Flare Cannon, which is funny. But he didn't have a way out of that scenario anyway. I won with Shuriken spam. So we can Iron Head this. I guess that's the first time that I actually thought. He's just going to go and explode for the lulz, but we get a nice Soul Heart right there. Let's see what he brings in. I mean, let's see what he locks himself into. Probably Ice Beam, but that means he loses to Shuriken. There's not a single move he can lock himself into right here. Unless he's like Scarf Surf, he's going to go for Rock Slide. Yeah, that wouldn't have won him the match, but he would have needed to flinch everything down. We were able to Iron Head right there and knock that out. It's a very cool game. Right there, I definitely think we played through all his threats very properly, and it was kind of a sketchy matchup at Team Preview just because Lele plus Gren was a huge threat, but definitely pivoting around and keeping Magearna healthy was the big thing right there. But I'll drop a GG in chat in case that guy's still around, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, we got another game right here. Zygarde is an enormous problem, along with the Volcanion. We don't have Volcanion switch-ins on our team. I mean, we can predict around it, but nothing really takes Water plus Fire Stab. Actually, nothing really takes a Water Stab. Greninjas are Water Resist, so we're definitely going to have to predict with that. Magnezone can lead right here. Unfortunately, he leads off with the one big threat to my entire team, but maybe he'll give me damage on it, because I don't have HP Ice Lando, so I'm going to Flash Cannon this right here. He's going to go for Toxic and try to predict me. Now I'll go Lando, because he gave me damage on it, instead of 1000 arrows and knocking me out. I didn't need my Mon for anything, so he's going to go for Coil. So this is probably that Coil Dragon Dance set. Alright, I'll just Earthquake right here. He's going to Toxic. I'll Earthquake again. Hopefully we don't crit, because that'll give him his 50% berry, and that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid right here. Lando, if you give this as 50% berry, I'm going to lose. No, so hopefully we Earthquake and he doesn't get the berry, and then I just win. Okay, so that's actually a pretty little bit of a problem. He just gave himself the berry. Smart play right there. Alright, I'll U-turn out. We thankfully break it. And actually, he doesn't have any speed boosts. He only has attack. He only has attack and defense boosts. So get me my Diancie in right here. And I'm not predicting at all. I'm clicking Moonblast. He's gonna go Magearna. So that was kind of sketchy, but we got rid of it, and now it's 50% berries gone. Like I said, I'm going Magnezone because I don't want Magearna getting weakened. It's my primary way of dealing with a Latias and his Gren. So I would rather make this play right now. He's gonna go right for the Volt Switch because I wasn't going Lando. He's going to go back to Zygarde right here. Just goes for 1000 arrows that turn. Now I'll Earthquake. I don't really mind. I would love to get up rocks, but yeah, this could definitely be a problem eventually. So now I U-turn out, as I'm sure he'll click Substitute. Yep, there we go. So he's going to live that, but I'm pretty sure my U-turn plus Staraptor's U-turn, that's really sketchy though. They don't break in the combination. That's going to be a problem. Threatsen again. Okay, I'll U-turn out right here. I could also just... Okay, that doesn't break. Okay. He goes for the arrows though. That's good. So he'll knock me out, but he can't get another... He can get another sub actually, but that'll just give me the Shuriken kill. So it knocks me out. If I just go out into Greninja right here and Shuriken... I think we can knock this thing out, because that's going to break, and assuming we don't get the... Oh, we actually need a Tynam hit. What? Okay, we got the 4. And he had 2 great switch-ins. I don't know why... Like, you were behind a sub, I get it, but you had Tapu Bulu and Volcanion. And my Shuriken was obvious, so Lottie too. And Magearna, to be honest, if it is Assault Vest. So he goes Volcanion. This thing's a huge issue. I pretty much just have to sack against this. I'm not going to try to predict against it. I'm just going to figure out what my least valuable Pokemon is and go with that. It's not Magearna. It's definitely not Staraptor. It's definitely Magnezone. Hits me with that Steam Eruption. Doesn't burn me, so I do get some momentum right here with the Volt Switch. He might stay in, but I think he'll go Lottie or Tapu Bulu. He could stay in. If he gives me damage right here, that would be... I'll Volt Switch, because I really think you go Lottie. There's no way you give me damage on this. If he does, though, I have to switch in something else, and that's going to be a little bit of an issue. Yeah, he's going to go Magearna, which I'm pretty sure we saw was Assault Vest earlier, so... I can get rid of this Mon with my Staraptor and try to make something happen with Gran, but he still has 2 other Mons that deal with it, so... I'll actually go Magearna right here. And hopefully we get a slow Volt Switch out, is what I'm hoping for. Alright, Magearna out-slow this guy. Okay, good. And now I get more damage on this with my Magnezone right here. I can just go ahead and... just hit this with the Flash Cannon. That's a Volt Switch, and now that one can't switch into Surf anymore. I mean, obviously he still has Tapu Bulu, but if I can Hazard Stack him, maybe we can make something happen too. I think Gran comes out. I'm going for game with Scarf Staraptor, which means I need a bit of damage off on Lottie and Volcanion. I need to scout the Gran set. If it's Scarf Gran, that's a problem, but Magearna cannot switch in anymore, so he goes Volcanion right here. Let me calc the damage on my Magnezone, because if it is Scarf, then I can't go Diancie. How much would Specs Volcanion have done? So Scarf it's Scarf Volcanion, okay. This is 100% my play right here. He stays in and gives me the damage on this, so... Bloom Doom? I don't care. Because now I'm pretty sure I can just sweep with this Mon. Pretty easily, too. Unless it is Scarf Protean Grin, which I really think he would be Battle Bond. He's given me a position to win with Staraptor right now, which is what I've been trying to build up to the entire game right here, so... I don't know, it'll depend on how much I do to Lottie, but... the fact that he just gave me all this damage makes me a very happy individual. And actually, Diancie does the thing too right here, because I can switch to Magearna every time he brings in Gren on Diancie, but if I get in Diancie on something like Latias or Tapu Bulu, I can click attacks. But the problem is he'll Horn Leech and get all his health back, so that's not really a plan. He's going to sack off the Magearna right here, which is a good play, but now you're forced out into Latias, which I don't even know if that can 1v1 me. It can definitely okay, so is this actually Scarf? He is Scarf. Do we live this, though? We do live it. Okay, so we're obviously going to go down right here due to recoil, and we're not knocking him out, but I think we might be able to 1v1 the rest of his squad with the Diancie plus Magearna. Because we know he's Scarfed into that, so I can go Diancie right here. And then as long as I don't get flinched, because I don't need health on Diancie, like for anything. Alright, I need to know I can flinch right here. He's actually going to miss, which is better. I didn't need health on it, though. That's what I was trying to say. The problem is Scarf Volcanion is going to do the thing. He goes Latias, though. Is he really willing to risk this speed tie right here? We're able to Moonblast into a ton. And get a Spatak drop. So that's not doing as much as he needs it to. I can just Power Gem. And then I can Moonblast Tapu Bulu. And then Power Gem the Volcanion, and we might be good to go. Because there's no way this Pokemon takes the hit right now. Hopefully we win the speed tie. That's kind of what I need right here. But okay, so he goes Tapu Bulu after he Horn Leeches. I think it'll come down to a 50-50 unless he wins the speed tie right here and crits me. That's the scenario that I see working out. So he's really debating this play. Does he switch out? What's his plan? Because Power Gem is definitely my play, because in case he goes... Volcanion's at 13%. There's no way I don't Moonblast right here. Volcanion should go down to that, so we win the speed tie again, which is cool. It's probably not a speed tie, it's probably bulky Latias. Based on the fact that it lived that Moonblast. So he does go Tapu Bulu. I go Magearna every time. He made the double. Okay, so I need to hope I live this then. Which, it's AV Magearna, so we'll live it. I don't have a way to knock this out, though. He tries to predict me. I think we might be good to go. So the question is, do I switch out and hope that I can put this guy in range? I think that's my better play. Because he has to Horn Leech, yeah, we don't take a ton from that. And I can just go ahead and spam Iron Head right here and try to put him in range of Moonblast. Yeah, there's no way I was going to Flare Cannon. I need this thing in range of Moonblast. And actually, I think he is going to be in range of Moonblast. Is this Scarf Tapu Bulu? No, it's leftovers. Okay. I think we might have clutched this out. Oh, come on. That's going to be close. We're going to see if this Moonblast kills now. Which it did. Okay, we win the match right there. And that's definitely very great. So, we definitely managed to bring that back pretty well. And pretty happy about that right there. But surprised Moonblast did 50. But we definitely made the correct play switching out. I'm pretty sure Magearna would not have been able to 1v1 if we got the Moonblast damage earlier. But we are very close to the top 500 right now. So that's very great. And I'll be right back with another game. Alright, so we are facing like setup spam dot team for our last game right here. But the biggest threat is the Minior and the Cloyster. After Cloyster's Shell Smashes, we don't do anything to it. So gotta keep Magearna healthy. I'm going to lead off with Lando and try to get up rocks if we can. He's going to lead off. Oh, why do you have to lead off with this thing? I'm going to try to get up rocks anyway. Just because even if you Shell Smash, I think I have to U-turn though. I really think I should. Will we be faster? We'll probably be faster before he Shell Smashes, so... You know, I'm going to get up rocks. I definitely think if we're going to win this match, because he has so many setup sweepers to the point where, like, one of them is going to come through for him, so I need rocks to pressure this stuff. Break any sashes on the Minior if that's what it is. Could be Sash Cloyster too, for all I know. So he's going to Shell Smash, which makes sense. Is he White Herb? It's not White Herb. Alright, so we'll find out whether he's special or physical. He is physical. But because it's not White Herb, Magearna can come out right here. Go ahead and hit this with a nice Flare Cannon. I need to hit this, though. Oh, it's Sash. Okay, that makes more sense, but I can Volt out now. Live that and get rid of that mon. So weird scenario right there. We're gonna go Staraptor right now, just because I can U-turn out on Minior and Xurkitree. Actually, I can double edge Xurkitree. I U-turn out on Mimikyu and break the disguise, which is definitely very nice. And I'm not too worried about Scizor either. I can just Brave Bird that because it's definitely going to be offensive, and I think it's going to be Swords Dance Mega Sceptile. Mega Sceptile is a huge problem though, because especially because of Lightning Rod, I can't really lock into electric type moves, and it just deals with my entire team very nicely. So I don't know. I think I'm going to U-turn no matter what, just because of the kind of team that he's running right now. If he goes Scizor, I U-turn to Magnezone. If he goes Xurkitree, I double edge. If he goes Minior, what's the Minior setup move? Shell Smash 2, I think, right? Shell Smash Minior sounds correct. That's Minior. Minior. It is Shell Smash. Okay, good. He's going to go Mimikyu, which is an interesting choice because I can U-turn out right here and break this no matter what. Go ahead and bust that disguise. Oh, he's actually red card. This is not actually that bad of a mount to drag me out into. You know what? I'm definitely not OHKOing him with anything, but I definitely want to go for the flinch chance right now if I can. And this thing is... If I flinch this thing down, it's going to bring out Sceptile after, obviously. Do I switch out and sack something else? I don't think Magearna does anything. What if he Swords Dances again, though? It doesn't make a difference. I still Revenge Kill with Staraptor. So he's going to play rough, yeah. And he can do whatever he wants here to knock me out. He doesn't have the Sceptile Mega evolved yet, so I can just Volt Switch out right here. And then I bring out Staraptor and Brave Bird for the kill on this. Yeah, definitely Brave Bird, not Double Edge, because it'll 2-hit KO both the Xurkitree and the Minior, even though they resist with the Stealthorox, so that's definitely the better option. Let's see what he does, though. Actually, I don't know why I'm Volt Switching. I should just Iron Head. I think he's debating on whether he wants to play off, Swords Dance again, but there's no point in that. Yeah, he's going to Shadow Claw. And we're going to go Staraptor now. Hit this man with that Brave Bird. He can't Shadow Sneak a normal type, and this will definitely knock him out. So I think he'll just bank on being faster, which he's definitely not going to be. So Mimikyu goes down. We don't take a ton of recoil because of Mimikyu's HP stat is terrible. Goes Scizor. I need to keep this alive still. ST? Yeah, it is just 6 setup moves, 6 setup mounts. So it's a regular Sceptile, which means Greninja does outspeed it. And this thing is trapped in here, and it's going to die to Hidden Power Fire. Well, it's going to take a lot. Does Bullet Punch kill me from that range? I doubt it. Oh, it actually did. Wow. Kind of surprised about that. Do I mind taking damage? Actually, I'm pretty sure if I just live this Bullet Punch, which he actually crit me, which means if he has priority, this won't be able to do anything to me though, right? This definitely dies to Dark Pulse. Oh, it actually lived. Okay, but it's a red card. That's actually better because he doesn't have anything to hit me now. That got kind of scary right there. Now I'm pretty sure I win with it. So I'm obviously going back into it right here. This mon doesn't get any priority, right? I'm being super scary, except I'm being super careful right here. Mixed up words right there with Septality, Acrobatics, Body Slam. I don't think he has anything that can out-prioritize me and knock me out. Leaf Blade. Why is he faster? Oh, on Burden. Dirt. Okay. And I'm going to go right here for the Brave Bird. He's able to Acrobatics and knock me out right there. So, very weird last match right there. I definitely knew 6 setup Pokemon would be kind of a problem, but we did what we could. That was definitely just a weird matchup right there. But we'll go ahead and end off the live right there. I believe I had a nice 5-1 record, which is definitely very nice. Once again, the team is down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out alongside me. And once again, if you are new, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss out on any competitive Pokemon content. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.